What if I told you that the biggest AI breakthrough in history just happened? And most people have not idea how insane this actually is. I'm talking about GPT-5, which OpenAI just released to all users, even free users. And when I dug into what it can actually do, the discoveries literally made me question everything we thought we knew about artificial intelligence. Stick around because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you exactly why this isn't just another chatbot update. This is the moment AI became genuinely smart. And what this means for jobs, creativity, and our future? It's absolutely mind-blowing. Hey everyone! So yesterday, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman made a comparison that sent chills down my spine. According to CNBC's official report, said moving from GPT-4 to GPT-5 is like going from a blurry old phone screen to Apple's first crystal-clear Retina display. He also said something that barely anyone is talking about. GPT-3 felt like talking to a high school student. GPT-4 felt like talking to a college student. GPT-5 is the first time it really feels like talking to a PhD-level expert. A PhD-level expert. In your pocket, available to everyone. For free, but that's just scratching the surface. Because when I studied OpenAI's official announcement and technical documents, I discovered something absolutely revolutionary. Here's what's actually revolutionary about GPT-5. It's so simple yet so powerful that most people are missing it entirely. Think of your brain. When someone asks you what's 2 plus 2, you answer quickly. But when someone asks you to solve a complex math problem, your brain automatically switches to deep thinking mode. That's exactly what GPT-5 does now. For the first time ever, we have what OpenAI calls a unified system. This means GPT-5 has a smart router. Think of it like a traffic controller. It automatically decides. This is an easy question. I'll answer fast. Or this is complicated. Let me think deeply about this. You don't have to choose different AI models anymore. You don't switch settings. The AI itself decides how much brain power to use for your specific question. Think about that for a second. We now have an AI that can judge how hard a human question is and automatically match its intelligence level. It's like having a genius friend who can talk to you like a normal person, but instantly become a rocket scientist when you need complex help. Now here's where things get absolutely insane. During OpenAI's official demo, they asked GPT-5 to create a complete French learning website. Not just simple code, a full interactive application with flashcards, quizzes, progress tracking, and professional design. In just 60 seconds, it wrote hundreds of lines of code and created a fully working website that looked like a professional design team spent weeks on it. But here's what's really shocking. According to OpenAI's official benchmarks, GPT-5 scored 74.9% on something called SWE-Bench verified. Let me explain this in simple terms. This test gives AI real software bugs that professional programmers struggle to fix. GPT-5 can now fix these bugs better than most human developers. On another test called Aider Polyglot, which tests if AI can work with different programming languages, GPT-5 scored 88%. That means it can write code in almost any programming language better than most people who do this for a living. Sam Altman calls this software on demand, and he's not exaggerating. We're literally looking at a future where you can think of any app or website, describe it in plain English, and have it built in minutes. Here's something that should make every person using AI sit up and pay attention, because this might be the biggest breakthrough of all. You know how sometimes AI makes up fake information? That's called hallucinating. Well, according to OpenAI's official testing, GPT-5's hallucination rate is 45% lower than the previous version. But here's the really crazy part. When GPT-5 uses its thinking mode, that deep reasoning, I mentioned, it makes 80% fewer false claims than their previous smartest model. Let me put this in perspective. They tested this by removing images from questions and asking the AI to describe what it saw. The old model confidently described non-existent images 86.7% of the time. GPT-5 only 9% of the time. This means GPT-5 is finally getting good at saying, "I do not know," instead of making stuff up. That might sound boring, but it's actually huge. It means you can finally start trusting AI answers for important things. Now here's something fun that nobody's talking about but will change how we interact with AI forever. GPT-5 now comes with 4 different personalities you can choose from: cynic, robot, listener, and nerd. But this isn't just about being cute. According to The Guardian's report, previous versions of ChatGPT had a big problem. They were too agreeable. It would say yes, you're right. To everything, even when you were wrong. OpenAI's head of ChatGPT, Nick Turley, confirmed that GPT-5 shows significant improvements on sycophancy. That is the fancy word for being fake nice and always agreeing. Now, GPT-5 can be sarcastic if you want, purely logical like a robot, a great listener, or a total nerd who loves details. But here's the key thing. It will actually disagree with you when you're wrong, which makes it much more helpful and honest. Here's something that could literally save lives, and it's buried in the technical details that most people will never see. According to OpenAI's official system card, GPT-5 is now their best model for health questions. On something called SWE-Bench, which tests AI with real medical scenarios. GPT-5 scored way higher than any previous model. But here's what's really revolutionary. Instead of just refusing to answer sensitive questions, GPT-5 now uses something called safe completions. Let me explain this simply. Before, if you asked a potentially dangerous question, AI would just say, "I can't help with that." Now, GPT-5 tries to give you the most helpful answer possible while staying safe. For example, if someone asks how much energy is needed to ignite this material, that could be a student asking for science homework, or someone trying to cause harm. Instead of refusing completely, GPT-5 might explain the general physics, but not give specific dangerous details. OpenAI spent over 5,000 hours testing this with security experts to make sure it works properly. The result is an AI that's helpful, but not dangerous. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What does this mean for jobs? According to The Guardian's analysis, experts are already warning that GPT-5 South capabilities could replace half of all entry-level office jobs in the next 5 years. But here's what's really shocking. Box CEO Aaron Levy, whose company has been testing GPT-5, told CNBC something that should make every knowledge worker pay attention. Previous AI models failed many of our most advanced tests because they struggled with complex math or logic in long documents. But GPT-5 is a complete breakthrough. The model can retain way more information and use much higher reasoning to make decisions. Think about jobs that involve reading lots of documents, analyzing data, writing reports, or solving complex problems. Lawyers, accountants, consultants, researchers, GPT-5 can now do much of this work at a level that matches or beats human experts. But here's the thing. This isn't necessarily all doom and gloom. Sam Altman said something interesting. People are limited by ideas, but not really the ability to execute in many new ways. This might mean that instead of replacing humans, GPT-5 gives everyone superhuman abilities to bring their ideas to life. Now let's address the biggest question of all. Is GPT-5 actually a GI artificial general intelligence? AGIA means an AI system that can do any intellectual task that humans can do. Basically, artificial human-level intelligence. Sam Altman gave a fascinating answer to this question, according to The Guardian's report. He said, "This is clearly a model that is generally intelligent," and called it a significant step on the path to a GI. But then he admitted something crucial. GPT-5 is still missing something quite important. Many things quite important. Specifically, it can't learn new things after it's been created. Think of it this way. GPT-5 is incredibly smart, but it's like a genius who can't form new memories. It knows everything it was taught during training, but it can't learn from new experiences the way humans do. So we're not at a GI yet, but we're getting scary close. Here's something that absolutely nobody saw coming, and it changes everything. According to multiple sources, including Ars Technica and The Verge, GPT-5 is available to everyone immediately, including free users. Yes, you heard that right. The most advanced AI in human history is free to use. Free users get limited usage, plus subscribers $20 a month get much higher limits, and pro subscribers $200 a month get unlimited access plus the most powerful version called GPT-5 Pro. For developers using the API, GPT-5 costs $1.25 per million input tokens and $10 per million output tokens. But they also released GPT-5 Nano, which is actually cheaper than Google's competing models. This is a massive democratization of intelligence. Literally anyone with internet access now has a PhD-level expert available 24/7. So when I asked GPT-5 about its biggest upgrade, the answer that shocked me wasn't any single feature. It was the realization that we just crossed a line we can never uncross. We now have artificial intelligence that can think, create, code, reason, and solve problems at an expert level, available to everyone, everywhere, right now. The question isn't whether this will change the world. The question is, are we ready for what comes next? Let me know in the comments. What's the first thing you're going to ask GPT-5? And do you think we're ready for AI this powerful to be in everyone's hands? Don't forget to subscribe for more AI breakthroughs, because trust me, this is just the beginning.